a werewolf with woolen wings whimpering, and the willow's vile voice, a vice grip stuffed inside her pillows. Yours is a violent cry for help, and one should never have to fear. So dare come near, just know it clear. Your fleer, my leer, for tears, jeers, and featherweight tears, fears will never break. Weirs that forever fill wells deeper than the darkest hole you gouged in the lightest soul. Your sword, her shield, my words, wounds healed. I'm ever bending moonlight to set it right. Go haunt yourself through a never ending night. A single silver bullet shimmers in the sunlight, the same one you shot upright, falling fast into the broken bed you made. Now let it end deep in your head. Well played. Green, twisted and home, moss growing on stone, the forest floor overgrown, trees groan and moan, a predator on its own, and makes its presence unknown. Its scars are clear and shown, letting out a long howl, and continues to prowl with a low growl. Overhead warns an owl on this quiet night. The moon shines bright, watching the fight of blood shining in the light. The enchanted moon, didn't you, or bribed her? Maybe you promised her a star or two. She hunts me with Orion's bow, pacing behind a shadowed cloud, my celestial stalker, riding low, warily, wrapped in misty shroud. She whispers, stark and yet soft as a breeze on an April afternoon. Press on now, my pet, you've done so well. We'll sleep again soon, but we've a fortnight to go if we're to reap those lupine howls once again. She waxes and I whine, wane. She mystifies with madness and soothes me sane. A serenity to insanity, delirious depravity, depravity, to a moon, a magic majesty, a cosmic clockwork cycle, a muddling of my mind with lunar gravity. She pushes me to righteous malice and pulls me to solstice, solace. She masters tides in her car price, cat price, and what hope was a male content apprentice rhyming against us, never end us, spit us. One night I was a werewolf, but that got out of hand. One night you were a peach, but I preferred fresh over canned. The blood set was strawn on your collar, or was it spaghetti sauce? We mendered in the lost city of angels, but those women in the maternity ward were better shapeshifters. Couldn't see if the moon was full against a polluted skyline, but I bet it wasn't. Then somewhere down the tracks, a howler, that's you, half a dream away, on some deserted block, and flat on your back like a pancake, with the nightmares stacking up and dripping with strawberry syrup. Or was it blood? I bet it wasn't. Above the clouds of Tun Hill, high above the lands, Aaron Grand stands a figure shrouded, the reins at his command, pounds of steely muscle, a fur that sways, all shall tremble. Beneath his waves of might, shows a power claws of steel so sharp, a hide nails dare not mark. There he stands still as night, calmly, though the stars in fright. On his back a banner of black, amid naught but tears in a soaked blood bath. His eyes gleam, strong, his gaze far reached along his brow. Furrows do reach a thought, hard battles turned, a many sour taught, many to stand, and all to cower beneath his crown. Is all that matters, nations far and wide, forced to stagger, feet of stumps, roots do grow, fowls reach across the globe, lands to him and naught but strides, and shall come across his eyes. On one is shadow, one is flesh, a metaphor never to rest, vigorous scale, lets none fail, a tattooed sight for mind so frail, a silver coat makes a mirrored a male, for none has scope, fall beneath him wail, how can you hope to better yet come across one with broader chest, and one so mighty cares for all enemies of ours, oh how they'll fall, a pride to be one of ours, a mighty warrior from our own house, the staggered foe, the blunted blade are similar in certain ways, for how can they hope to last against sharpened stone, built so fast, a force of nature, belligerent foe to the cosmos, one to show magnanimous, a hatred bitter so, fought hard beneath a sweltering tones, for one's creation is not wider known, a tremendous being, a molded so on fields of battle, amidst the frown deep beneath the waves that throne, a king laid flat, a warrior flayed bare, a sorceress so sharid and malevolent stare, powers of life magic thrown, used angrily outwards, caused a reaction none could have known, for too much light force causes all to grow to enormous proportions to then explode, but once or twice events conspire that none could say God's would have aspired from one such case, where moments ago stood a young wolf, unarmored and blown, now stood the force that would become known as the one above the clouds we call home, a wolf still, if even close, but one to rival the God's own prose. There he stood and denting the ground with his new proportions and staggering prowl. He gazed once forth that bewildered witch, then tore her apart, aspire his wits.